All right, y'all. Now we got this movie called The Badland Hunters. It's crazy. So we start off with this doctor named Sue. All you see is like dead bodies around or whatever like that. And then they got this girl laying on the table. I guess it's his daughter or whatever like that. He's trying to save her by doing something. Then like FBI comes in there. They're trying to shut the shit down or whatever like that. Now it turns out this doctor was performing like all types of like genetic research or whatever. But he was using kids as guinea pigs, you know what I'm saying, to try to test this type of serum or whatever like that to save his daughter. They basically shoot him in his arm and then they take his stuff, right? Right before they do, it's an earthquake hits, and all these buildings are just falling over, and then their building falls over too. I'm like, what the fuck? Then this gets to the spot with this dude by the name of Jiwan. This place is like a deserted area, but he's going out to hunt. He's hunting this crocodile. Now, mind you, the crocodile is on land. He thinks he got it, but then it starts chasing after him. It's about to bust through the car or whatever like that. Then Hans comes and saves his life, and then chops the crocodile's head off. Then we get to this lady with Suna and her grandmother. And we find out the world has been an apocalyptic wasteland for like 3 years, and they haven't had water in like 6 months. Well, clean water anyway. It hasn't rained in 6 months. It's just nuts. They gotta use like some type of like recycled water to purify it or something like that. It's crazy. Meanwhile, Han and Jiwan end up bringing back, crocodile meat. They chopped it up, you know what I'm saying, for the village. Because they got a bunch of people that live in this spot called the bus district. And then this bus of juvenile delinquents comes through and just crashes through the town. They claim to be police, but they're really not. They act like they're looking for somebody. Then they take like 3 other people or whatever like that. Then they try to take Suna, and Jiwan ain't having that shit. He tries to fight him, but he ends up getting jumped. And then Hans got to take over and whips all they candy asses. Then he asks the guy in charge, like, who sent you, nigga? It was like some dude named Tiger. He's like, Tiger's still back at it doing stuff? Probably the leader of some gang or something. So afterwards, it gets to a point where they're Jiwan and Han are walking or whatever like that. And they see Suna and her grandmother getting confronted by these people in suits. They ask them, they're basically saying that they're qualified to go to the apartments or whatever like that. Now, what is this spot called the apartments? Apparently, it's this one apartment building that's still standing. They come from miles around to pick up people, mostly children, and try to save them or whatever like that. Right off the back, that shit sounds fishy as shit, right? So Suna and the grandmother end up going along with the crew. So as they're going across the meadows, you know what I'm saying, they find other people that have been recruited, and they all go walk over there together. Then the grandmother's having problems with knees and back and everything like that, right? So they take a couple of the old people down another route, and then the younger kids are going this route. They're going to take them to some type of medical facility to get them healthy and whatnot, right? Turns out the dude that was walking the old people and the grandma or whatever like that, they ended up walking them to this cavern or whatever and tossing both of them in the fucking cavern. I was like, yo, these niggas ain't shit. The crazy thing is Jiwan happened to see this. Now you think to yourself, how the hell did he see this happening? Well, apparently Jiwan and Han was going out for a walk or whatever like that, just to scour the area or whatever. Now these people been walking for a long time. You mean to tell me they just happened to walk through this shit? And they weren't even walking like that. All of a sudden they just happened to see them do this shit? Like, really? Well, anyway, they fighting these niggas off, you know what I'm saying? One of them hits him with an arrow piercing his chest, done deal, dead his shit, right? But then all of a sudden he gets back up. We're like, what the fuck? These niggas just keep on getting back up until they chop their heads off, and then they're like, yeah, they're done deal now. No, this lady by the name of Young came out to help them and shit, and basically she's like, yeah, we need your help. So apparently the rest of them make it to the apartments or whatever like that, and it's this, the lady that's getting them there. It's guarded by army and military and whatnot, and the person running the whole shit, Dr. Sue. This motherfucker's still alive, but how? Well, apparently the serum worked and it preserved his life that day when he fell through the buildings fucking fell and collapsed and shit. Now he tells the citizens there, we got clean water, we got food, we got housing, we got all that, right? So we're thinking to ourselves, he just gonna give people all this other food, clean water, whatever like that. What the fuck is this doctor up to? So after Mion tells Jiwan and Jiwan and Han a situation, whatever like that, they automatically thinking, okay, Suna is in trouble. So they're about to be in this mission for the sole purpose of getting Suna back. So the first place they go, they're gonna go in this place where Tiger resides at. He's going back and forth with this other mob boss, getting people to fight, you know what I'm saying, for the safety of their wives and shit like that. But what they do is basically sell people. Then all of a sudden they got into a beef and shit. And then Han and the crew shows up, and then he starts whipping everybody's ass. And then he basically gets Tiger to get some information out of him, and it turns out he does delivery for the apartments and shit. Delivering people. They do it on certain days or whatever. So I'm thinking to myself, is he going to just take this nigga alone, or just take like his crew, you know what I'm saying? Because they got like a whole army over that bitch. But no, they just decided to take Tiger, and they got a truck. So now back at the apartments, they're giving everybody room and board or whatever like that. But the thing is, the kids stand on the 8th floor and the adults stand every other place. Now, Suna is still kind of confused about what's going on. They're trying to get everybody to drink the water, eat food, whatever like that. And the thing is, she's not really trying to drink the water. They basically got parents at the bottom floor, like, doing everything they can to refactor to keep this water going or whatever, right? But Suna happened to see a mark on one of the soldiers' neck. She had saw his mark on the soldier's neck before getting there. Now she sees another one. Then she got a room with all these kids that were already in there, whatever like that. All these kids had marks and stuff on their necks. So she's like, the fuck is going on? So basically, they went to their rooms, you know what I'm saying? She pretended to be asleep, and then she snuck out trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. This chick by the name of Lee Jung wanted to do an experiment or whatever like that. Now her parents were still working at the bottom, whatever like that. They finally finished working on the water, whatever. And he was saying that can they see their daughter, or whatever. But they're not gonna let them see him. He's like, what the fuck? So the doctor says, you want to see her? Let's go see her. Suna ends up sneaking into the facility or whatever like that, and then she sees all this paperwork, whatever. This paperwork is containing stuff for like general mutations and stuff like that, using kids from 10 to 17 years old dying off of these mutations. He's like, oh shit. But now she know what's up, but she gotta hide because Dr. Sue's about to come in there or whatever. After she sees Lee strapped onto the damn table. The parents see her strapped to the table, they're like, what the heck is this? What's going on? They trying to get his experiment done, right? The parents keep fucking with it, then she ends up going into shock or whatever like that. Lee ends up dying on the damn table. Then he goes to show the parents what was behind the curtain. Turns out his sister is still alive. I mean his daughter. But she's got like half her body. She's in this little glass tube thing or whatever like that, but her heart's still beating. So you're like, what the fuck? Nigga, if I had half my body and just sitting in a glass, I'd be like, nigga, just kill me. But like, I ain't good to nobody, especially this apocalyptic wasteland like this. But the thing is, the daughter is still unconscious. The parents start wilding out, but then they done dealed them. Both the parents dead as shit. And Suna saw the whole thing happen. Then the doctor ended up finding Suna. We're like, oh shit. Jiwan, Han, Mion, they all finally get to the facility, and now it's time for mayhem. They lighten shit up. Because apparently Tiger had a bunch of guns. They picked up them shits and was ready to roll. And they busting military niggas left and right. Until they end up getting to this basement or whatever like that. Now I think it's Mion just trying to free some other people or whatever. It turns out they were all failed experiments and they came at them like some fucking zombies. I was like, oh shit. They whipped them niggas, got them done. Meanwhile, Dr. Sue's doing this experiment on Suna or whatever like that. Then he injects himself with the blood. The thing is, it's a problem. Turns out he's been putting this mutated stuff inside of the water. But something's starting to happen to the doctor's face. He's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Turns out, Suna never drunk the water. He assumed she did. Finally, Jiwan gets in there, try to save Suna, whatever like that, get it popping. Han ends up fucking up the main military nigga, gets him done deal. And at this point, Sue was trying to get away with his daughter. He ends up dropping a grenade in there and almost blows niggas the fuck up. Jiwan did some quick thinking with the table and they hid behind that shit with him and Suna or whatever like that, so they were lucky to survive that. Han saves the day. It gets to the point Sue's getting down to the, about to get to the car so he get the fuck out of there, right? And then like all these parents come up and it was like, yeah, where's our kids? Whatever like that. And he's not trying to give him no answers, whatever like that. Then the parents just start stomping the shit out of him, whatever like that. And then they back away because his face is getting worse. He's like, what the fuck? Then all of a sudden you see a gun in the middle of nowhere. The doctor picks up the gun and he just starts spraying niggas. He's like, I'm like, what the fuck? Then Han gets downstairs and done deals his ass. 2 shots, he's done. The doctor's dead as shit. Before he died and went crazy when he was shooting the gun, he accidentally shot his daughter with the bullets, whatever like that. Then she's laying there dead as shit. And then after the majority of people are saved, all of a sudden it starts raining. You're like, oh shit. It hasn't rained there in like 6 months. So then they get back to the spot, everything's all hunky-dory. There's one chick that's trying to holler at Hans the entire movie, whatever, comes back, someone's get some glasses. Now you're thinking to yourself, is this a chick or a dude? Like, I don't even know. Hans like, fuck all that shit. And then that's the end of the movie. I'm like, pfft. It was a bunch of mayhem and calamity, and we all loved it. Badland Hunters on Netflix. Check it out.